We sold our home, built out our camper van, and now there was nothing left to do but answer the call from the open road.
We headed off on our annual trip, a tradition that began 5 years ago. We'd head up from our home in southeast Michigan to lose ourselves in the stars of northern Michigan.
We'd begin the trip at Headland's Dark Sky Park. Here, the stars taught us so much. How life is so fleeting, how the unseen dimensions reveal themselves, and how the darkest nights hold the brightest stars.
After an all-nighter merging with the stars, we'd catch a couple hours of rest and then find ourselves on a ferry back in time to Mackinac Island.
A very special island nestled between the lower and upper peninsula of Michigan. There we enjoyed clear blue waters, beautiful wildflowers, and the most delicious fudge.
We rode bikes around the 8-mile loop of the island. We love coming back here every year to the place where we first fell in love.
This year, Milo joined us for the first time. He loved swimming, all the good sniffs, and although it took a little practice, he even enjoyed the bike ride as much as we did.
As always, Milo, being the social puppy he is, made some friends along the way.
Our time at the island was coming to an end, and the pristine Lake Michigan shoreline was calling our names.
We explored the massive sand dunes of Sleeping Bear, another special spot where I proposed and we committed to a lifelong journey together just 4 years prior.
Here, we took the time to celebrate our milestone of building a van and beginning the journey of a nomadic life.
Despite the warning sign at the top of the dune, we went to the bottom and enjoyed having the entire shoreline to ourselves. Our reward for not taking the safe route.
During this trip, Milo faced his fears of the water, slowly but surely believing in his ability to swim and conquer the challenge of the waves and the water.
After a whole lot of fun, it was time to make the climb back up the dune. Milo made it look easy, running circles around us. Meanwhile, we had to use our hands and knees to crawl up this steep, sandy mountain.
Instead of returning to southeast Michigan as we normally would, we crossed the Mackinac Bridge into the unadulterated wilderness of the Upper Peninsula.
Despite a week full of sun, we found our 2 solar panels were not giving us the power we needed. After searching for a solution, we upgraded our electrical system by linking our house battery to our car alternator.
We stopped for a visit at my Uncle Matt's. We stayed in his beautiful apple orchard while upgrading our electrical, eating fresh veggies right out of his huge garden, and spending quality time with family.
With our electrical fixed, it was time to keep moving. Along Highway 2, we found miles upon miles of sandy Lake Michigan shoreline. We found our own slice of heaven amongst the fresh water and the dunes.
Continuing north to the ever-popular Pictured Rocks, we found the stunning Miners Beach, surrounded by cliffs and forests.
Lake Superior is what we call a freshwater ocean. It's the largest freshwater body on Earth. The water is ice cold and has a more rugged feel than the more gentle lake and sands of Lake Michigan.
After working up an appetite, we enjoyed one of our favorite meals, TLT, tempeh lettuce tomato.
Milo even persuaded M to share a bite or two.
Then back to the beach to practice our photography and find some stillness while watching the sunset.
From there, we drove through the national forest and found the perfect primitive camping site. Alone in the forest, we set up camp. We foraged for wood, built a fire, and gazed into the flames.
The next day, we ventured further into the UP than we ever had before. It was exhilarating. We were in uncharted territory, a new milestone in this nomadic journey.
We found elevation that took us by surprise in our mostly flat state. Sugarloaf Mountain was a welcome climb with epic panoramic views to us mountain lovers.
Driving to our next destination, we found beach upon beach. We decided to pull over and squeeze in a little yoga and workout.
With water and elevation comes waterfalls. We went to Porcupine Mountain State Park and chased waterfalls all day long.
We made sure to wear our water shoes because we love to interact with the rivers and waterfalls, feeling the crisp, refreshing water on our feet and paws.
We saw the Lake of Clouds and made a mental note to come here during the fall, when the foliage turns into a colorful, awe-inspiring masterpiece.
Our journey at Porcupine Mountain was coming to a close. We were around 20 miles from the Michigan-Wisconsin border. Before we crossed over, we needed to regroup.
Luckily, we found a private little campground that met all of our needs and more.
We caught up on chores, used the ample cell signal to take care of business and video editing, and even got in some playtime on a paddleboard.
At this point, it had been a couple weeks since we left our home. We swapped our big screen TV for a big screened backdoor view.
We easily could have spent all summer exploring Michigan and enjoying the many beautiful shorelines. But we knew summer wouldn't last forever, and there's so much more to explore in the northern states of America.
The Black Hills, Yellowstone, Glacier National Park, and the entire Pacific Northwest region were calling us.
Tune in next time as we leave our home state and venture west on this epic road trip.
These videos truly are a labor of love. If you enjoy this content, please do hit like, subscribe, hit us up with a comment, hit the bell. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace, peace, peace.